Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're still waiting for those round one matches to complete, but the call has been made by Bobby J to get us going for the round number 2 build-up. We know that it's going to be Abyss Esports versus one other team. So, Bobby J, take it away.
Awesome. So we're just waiting here for a result from Aftermind and Mastermind's GC. As soon as that's done, we're going to go straight into round number 2 with whoever Abyss is going to be versing. They're already ready in the lobby, so it won't take us very long to get started. But we've already got. If you boys have got the, have you guys got the page open with all the brackets and looking at the results?
I do.
Awesome. So far we've got Tainted, HKS, Abyss, Team Innocence, and Skyfire all picking up 1 win apiece. So already a good start for these. So has anyone got any other predictions now? Seeing after the first round, I know it's not much to go off by all G, but you think any of your opinions changed?
I don't know if any opinions have changed. I think it's Avant-Garde going down to Team Reticent is quite a bit of an upset. But as we said, we haven't really seen much of Avant-Garde yet, and Hadamora is one of those maps where you can get some surprise upsets. So it's a little bit hard to put anything in concrete. It's only the first round. We've still got 7 to go. So these results, they are sort of swaying us in a certain direction, but nothing too solid yet. Also, Boonsted Animals are finally going down to Team Skyfire as well, so that would have been a close game.
What about you, Xenox? We just, as OG pointed out, Avant-Garde did lose. Some of us were predicting them to actually go through today, so they've picked up a loss here in the first round.
I mean, look, it's a surprise that they lost this first round. I don't know if it was a prediction to go through automatically or anything like that, just a bit of uncertainty. So I guess that kind of answers the uncertainty a little bit, that they haven't been playing as much in recent weeks. So, yeah, not the start they'd be looking for. But I think, it looks like Aftermind have drawn with Mastermind. So, again, that's probably another one which hasn't gone the way of the predictions so far. And Boosted Animals lost their first round. So all 3 of my predictions have let me down.
And so, Genome, the first match here will be Tainted Minds versus Abyss here, round number 2. So, what are your predictions between Tainted Minds and Abyss? So, Abyss, I think they got the bye technically because Training Bots have dropped out of the tournament today. But we saw Tainted Minds with a really good start against Righteous Esports in the first round.
Yeah, look, Abyss are definitely a step above Riotous in my opinion. Tainted Minds, I think they're still up, like we saw them yesterday. They performed well, not well enough to get through, but well. I think they're going to get in over Abyss here, but it's going to be close, I'm calling it.
And what about you, Gaima? You know both of these teams quite well, and Abyss will be looking to, if they beat Tainted here, mate, they'll be looking pretty good.
Yeah, in saying that I know these teams well, I don't actually know Tainted that well, as they've kind of disappeared from tournaments during the off-season. Some of the teams played during the off-season in tournaments, some didn't. So I don't exactly know where Tainted are. But based on what I saw last round, they looked really confident, really dominant. And when a team is showing up like that, it's kind of hard to stop them. Abyss is a strong team, though, so I think this is going to be close.
And OG, going all the way back around to you, mate. Now we've got Tainted and Abyss. We know who we're there. We're locked in. We're ready to go. So we'll start the server when both teams. I think everyone's readied up now. So we're going to start heading in now on Dorado. So, mate, what are your predictions here on Dorado between these 2 teams?
I think it's going to be pretty close. I was really impressed with Tainted Minds' defense actually on Hadamora, so I'd like to see how they'll go first up on this map here. Against Abyss, I haven't really had a chance to really see them that much as of yet, so I think the first round will really be able to show a lot on both these teams, but too close to call at the moment for me.
And just quickly with you, Xenox, as well.
Well, I'm going to have to go with Tainted Minds based on the fact they actually beat Abyss yesterday. So just going off that and obviously the recent result, I think Tainted Minds will get through.
And here we are, OG. It's back to me and you now. We're on Dorado. We're definitely familiar with this. We've casted this a bazillion times. I'm probably
Absolutely.
Bazillion, but
Bazillion's probably a bit too many, I reckon. Bazillion's probably 1 or 2 too many. Maybe half a bazillion.
I was going to say this was the first map I ever casted, but that's a lie, because it was Watchpoint Gibraltar. I remember I actually casted Funnily enough, I actually casted with Visor. Was the first person I ever casted with in Overwatch and watched Gibraltar. I remember how nervous I was, and when he first threw to me, I was like, he did that thing.
He did the thing. That's always a very productive thing. Yeah, he did that thing. Which is pretty cool, but yeah.
I was like, oh god, I'm already cut.
Well. Alright, well, yeah, we've been through this map quite a bit here. We'll just have a quick look at the lineups here. We've got Zarya, Reaper, Zenyatta, McCree, Reinhardt, and Lucio over here for Tainted Minds. And for Abyss, we have Zarya, McCree, Widowmaker, Reinhardt, Lucio, and Zenyatta. So interesting picks here with the Widow. It looks like we've seen a couple of teams actually pick the Widow on offense, Robbie. I think they're kind of using it to, get a very quick pick and maybe try to.
We saw that on Temple of Anubis yesterday.
Yes, that's correct.
It was, but it was Harabi Kebab Shop versus I can't remember the other team. So drawing a blank here, but they played it and they did a very good job getting into checkpoints with it.
I think it is quite effective, especially on the first point, because you get that really quick pick. Anyway, we're going in.
Yeah, they're gonna combat just under the archway here, and Mungo and Apathetic both get a kill apiece. But here we go with Abyss opening up getting 3 kills there. They're gonna keep charging in. They got a 4th kill here, so Tainted Minds under pressure already, OG.
Yeah, this Widowmaker actually working out very well for them, and they've got the vision as well, the ultimate coming in here through the wall hack, so they can actually see them coming in and really set up effectively here.
Yeah, the Tainted are just getting back in time, and here comes Chenny with the Transcendence to keep everyone up as they continue to fight on top of the payload, but they're still dropping like flies. As Sweet Sato has the Zarya shield and he's swinging around, and Zarya's just forcing them back now.
Yeah, we've seen this before with Zarya. It's such a strong presence up front. If you can get a bit of percentage up here, above 50%, you're really going to be a force to be reckoned with. And Zarya, since she has passive shielding as well, just so hard to burst down to kill. So Spazia playing very well up there in the front line with Zarya.
Oh, Sponge, mate.
Too many SPs.
Yeah, mate. And they jump in, Tainted wasting no time. Snowblind picks up a kill in the background there. Noid gets a kill as well. So they've got the advantage here, Tainted. Looking to force them back, but they're just going to pull back a little bit of, I'm trying to think of the word there, mate, as they are disciplined. They're a little bit more disciplined there with their approach.
Yeah, they are just, they lost that one pick, they decided to go back straight away. They used the Lucio, which probably wasn't disciplined, if I have to say, Robbie, but they've got quite a lot of ultimates still up. They've got 4 of them, so they could probably maybe turn this fight around if they go in. Yeah,
they got four ults for Abyss. And then here we go with the Graviton Surge, but both of them have been put down from both teams. It's exchanges on both sides, but Abyss now coming up here with the Transcendence popped here by Saphira in the back line, so doing a good job for his team. As Snowblind's the only one up now near the point. Oh, we've got D-Field there, but it's not going to really make too much of a difference as the payload's continuing to push on. It's there, but it gets charged into the wall. The rest of Tainted finally come out through the doors. The D-Field opens up with a nice double kill there, and he turns things around.
Yeah, Tainted, they got wiped on in that middle section there in the street simply because they didn't have the ultimates to deal with Abysses. But once all those ultimates went down for Abyss, they actually got a few up themselves through very good team play, and they managed to hold the payload here right at the checkpoint. It's going to be tough for them to hold on to it here for another 3.5 minutes or so, but they should be able to at least get some ultimate charges up here and maybe put up a good fight.
Project has his ultimate up, the only one currently in the game, so let's see if Abyss can do anything with it as the clock struck 12 and it hit 3 people. They didn't hear the sounds of the alarm and it caught them off guard as Noid and Sweet Sato go toe to toe, but it's only D-Field left on the checkpoint. He's been taken out.
Yeah, great positioning there by Project just to get right around the corner there, and a huge triple kill coming out from their Deadeye as well. And just like that, they pushed in straight away, and 2 ultimates still up on the side of Abyss here. Really looking good to push this payload up through this next section.
Project really caught them off guard there, OG. They didn't see him up in the corner up there near the spawn.
Yeah, he managed to flank around right behind them without being noticed. Some very good awareness there, and yeah, great Deadeye to really pick them all off and push this into Abyss's favour. Noid shield going out so quickly as well, Robbie.
Yeah, the Sweet Sato is doing a great job there by just flame striking, keeping more pressure on them. There's a nice pulse bomb goes down on top of Chenny. That's going to be bad for them because he had his ultimate up and he's the only one on their team. But now Snowblind, he does get his High Noon, but he's not really in a good position for it. And he's just been taken out by Saphira. They're going to keep the pressure on here. Abyss is only 3 members off for Tainted Minds. Project's on top. He's in the high ground. Getting a double kill up there. He's in a great position.
Yeah, Project's positioning on this McCree is really outstanding. He's been playing the position very, very well all map so far. Even through that first point, just making sure that he stayed safe and just putting as much range DPS down as possible, and then that flanking High Noon as well. Really good stuff, and yeah, Project really coming up big at the moment for Abyss.
Mungo did hold on there for them. He's got his ultimate up. He was able to stay alive that whole exchange. One of the only Tainted members that did stay alive, and he got his ultimate up due to the fight.
Yeah, just staying in the fight and sustaining himself for long enough. And look at the Defield's position here, just behind the corner. I wonder if they're going to see him when they come in here. They've got the Graviton Surge, so they'll be looking to combo that very well. And 60% actually on Defield. He might be able to get his ultimate up into this exchange. They're coming through, and oh, he's been seen. Yeah,
they've gone straight into the Graviton Surge, as you pointed out. No, going straight in there. Defield picks up a double kill along with Snowblind, and it worked out for them. They just walked straight into the trap there of this.
Yeah, I suppose it was too late by the time they saw him. He was basically right up next to him, and when Reaper's in that kill range, you're really going to struggle to deal with him. So yeah, great Wednesday by Deerfield, just to hug the wall, and you can see when Sweet Sato kind of came around the corner, he's like, something doesn't feel right about this push here, and by the time he saw him, it was a little bit too late. And as I was saying, ultimate up for Deerfield now. Was it 60%? Now ready to go?
Yeah, he's all good to go. Only Mungo and Snowblind had their ultimates down, but Deerfield hits the Death Blossom and picks up a triple kill. He's on a tear.
Yeah, man. Some of Tainted Minds' grouping and shot calling is really on point today. We saw it on Hanamura last game, and they were always together as a group, always going in very efficiently. And with a flick of the switch, they went from being pure defense to pure offense, flanking right behind Abyss there and getting them down. Unfortunately, 2 big ultimates down in the Earthshatter and the Death Blossom. So let's see if Abyss can counter with a big push to their own. And yeah, looks like they're going straight in here.
Yeah, they're not wasting any time. And they hit a nice Earthshatter into the Graviton Surge. Channy has to hit the Transcendence. Can they live through it is the question. They keep moving up deep field, and Mungo do get a kill apiece, but there's still members up on both sides here. Abyss only has 3 members to Tainted's 4 members. They're going toe-to-toe on the payload, but the Abyss is going to back out as Tainted get the upper hand.
Yeah, good initiation there by Abyss, but unfortunately Project went down pretty early, and he's been the one doing all the damage for them. They've actually gone to a Reaper of their own now, Apathetic, changing off that Tracer. So you can see that this close quarter combat is a very big point in this game so far. They're looking to utilize it.
Yeah, Defield's done a fantastic job so far in the close quarters. They've done a good job with the Reaper pick, and it's being able to win them fights. The Sweet Sato's is caught out at the moment. He's got flashbanged, and then the Graviton Surge has been put in place on top of Spasm. They've completely wiped out the front line, and they need to be careful there, Abyss. They got caught out.
Yeah, Abyss, it looks like James trying to hold on for as long as possible, but finally going down there. This is going to be tough now for Abyss. They really needed to push in off that ultimate usage they had upstairs, probably about a good 40 seconds ago now. But looking at the scoreboards quickly, a lot of people on fire here on Tainted, and Defield's ultimate up again. Snowblind's just around the corner, so I feel like Abyss really need to just go in here, hope for a pick on the charge and see what happens. Oh, well, that's not going to happen.
Walked into that. Quadra kill by Defield. That's a crazy Death Blossom. He emphasizes on the death there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was exactly what they didn't want to happen, unfortunately. And Tainted, knowing that they had the cards in their hand, they knew they could push in aggressively, and Defield really just cleaning them up there on this Reaper.
Abyss had a fantastic start. On the first push, they were able to break the defense of Tainted Minds and even wasted some ultimates. And then I said Tainted had a little bit more discipline into the second checkpoint and weren't walking into a bunch of ultimates from Abyss. And they were able to regather themselves off the momentum of Defield's double kill on the Genji.
I think Abyss played really well in those long sections when they had like the Widowmaker, they had the Tracer, a lot of room to move, a lot of mobility, a lot of time to get picks and to sort of move around. When you get into this last section here on Dorado in this factory area, it's such a close section to be into. So you really need to make sure you switch onto those Reaper picks nice and early. You get those picks very quickly and you go in very hard. And unfortunately, I don't think Abyss really adapted to that as well as they did the first and the second point.
Yeah, a lot of experience on the side of Tainted Minds. They've definitely been on Dorado a lot, and a lot of these players have been playing together for quite some time. And now with the addition of Zero, who is an established support player, so they were able to hold those close choke points pretty well together.
Yeah, the close choke points, once they were in there, they were holding it very effectively, with Zero backing them up there, and Snowblind doing a lot of damage on the McCree as well, as long as D-Field on the Reaper. But let's see what they set up here for the attack. It looks like they've gone for a very aggressive sort of Genji, Winston, Tracer combo here, really just trying to flank and cause a whole bunch of havoc on the back line. And then just leaving Mongo and the supports to really just push up the payload with that three-person team there. So looks like they'll be leading from the front very hard this game.
Apathetic opting once again to be on the Widowmaker. He did a fantastic job here on this first checkpoint in the first round here. So let's see if he can do the same, LG.
Yeah, I think one of the big things is if Apathetic can get a pick either on the Zenyatta or the Tracer, that basically just kills Abyss's chance of pushing in here. So we'll see what happens here.
They've already left the balcony. They've left the high ground. They're going back to the market area. As Snowblind's coming around on the right-hand side to Abyss. Going to go down the stairs. He's waiting for an opening as his team comes up towards the archway here. He's gone behind them now. I don't think they've seen him. He's trying to get onto Saphira here. They're under the pump here. They've taken down Project with D-Field and Snowblind right in the back line. 2 flankers is a lot for Abyss to handle now. And Apathetic can't get a shot off on them.
Yeah, looks like it's still going to just come right down to the wire here. I think Spaz is probably going to just go down here, but 3 flankers, as we said, Bobby, just so much to deal with. D-Field and Tracer, sorry, D-Field and Snowblind on Genji and Tracer. It's such a tough combo to deal with. Look how high they can push up here as well without being under any pressure from the opposition. They can just sort of duck around and with their mobility, get in, get out very quickly. Look at D-Field. He's basically just running around, just doing what he wants at the moment.
Dude, he's definitely hit his stride because he just walked up and deflected a bullet straight back into Project's face and then got another kill as he dashed in. And he's got his Dragon Blade up already, but it goes straight into Sweet Sato to cancel him out. So they're lucky they're able to get the momentum back here, Abyss, and stop D-Field from going on a further tear.
Yeah, probably just a little bit overconfidence there. He did such a great job up until when he used the Dragon Blade and went in 1v5. So probably not the best move there, but got his team to push that payload up quite a lot. And Snowblind's still looking around, seeing what he can do here.
And this is almost a mirror as what happened last time with Abyss being able to push up to this point, and this is where we saw Tainted Minds turn things around. So let's see if Abyss can do the same, but Chenny's already got a double kill, and Noah's looking for some more as he's already electrocuted Sweet Sato along with Mungo, and D-Field's just putting too much pressure on the backline.
Yeah, too much pressure on the backline coming in here. Look at Winston going with the Primal Rage, just trying to push them all off and being very effective at it.
Yeah, Abyss is definitely under a lot of pressure. They've still got the factory to deal with here, so they have 5 minutes and 40 seconds to hold on. It is doable, but the payload is in a spot that's not up closer to the spawn, but the Graviton Surge has been put in place in the front line of Abyss. They've been wiped out. They're going to keep moving this payload along as the doors come up, but Abyss will have time to come back. Yeah, Abyss will have time to come back, but it's going to be tough for him. I mean, look at them, 3 ultimates up on both sides, but big ultimates coming up here in terms of the Dragon Blade and the Tracer Pulse Bomb as well. So I really feel like Abyss here just need to stay grouped and look for a good pick and go in. We're going forward here. This is what they're doing. I think they've just heard you. You might be the spirit animal, mate, because they're going forward straight onto the Winston, and they've got D-Field and Snowblind in their background. So as they went in forward, they forgot about themselves at the back. As the Graviton Surge put in place, though, can they work with this? But they haven't. Tainted Minds have reversed it, and they're going to be able to pick up the win here, all G. Fantastic showing from Tainted Minds already, picking up a win in the second round to go 2-0. Yeah, Tainted Minds really looking the team to beat at the moment. In today, they have had 2 fantastic games and playing extremely well on offense and defense as well. We saw how well they held that defensive point in that last section there. And yeah, Tainted Minds really looking the goods at the moment. Mungo playing my all-time favorite hero, Zarya, there with a nice weightlifter skin. But here we have Project on the McCree. This is when he would have got his Deadeye, was high up here. So he's got a great positioning here. No one spotted him. A beautiful triple kill there. Yeah, good awareness, as I was saying. I was really impressed by Project's awareness all game, actually, to make sure that he was staying in good positions and just putting down the damage that needed to be done on the team of Abyss there. But unfortunately, just not enough to keep him in the game, and Tainted Minds really just bringing it on. D-Field's Reaper that game. Look at that, 72% kill participation. He was everywhere that game. Yeah, and then Xenox. So we just saw Tainted. Now they're up 2-0. We saw them under the pump a little bit early from Abyss, picking up the Widowmaker that gave them some trouble, but they managed to turn things around, mate.
Yeah, I mean, look, Abyss started extremely well, and once they got towards the end, though, they just stalled, and from there, Tainted Minds took the game over all the way, and obviously we saw them push the cut all the way. But as I said before, with my prediction, Tainted Minds beat Abyss yesterday, and yeah, it's not too much of a shocker, I guess.
Gaima, we just saw D-Field. When he switched to that Genji, he was able to pick up a double kill and then pick the Reaper, and he just kept the pressure on Abyss as they were trying to push him through to the last checkpoint.
Yeah, I think D-Field really has to be given MVP of that map in particular, because his Reaper and his Genji both were just doing so much work. Yes, Snowblind did a lot of work as well, but D-Field was just getting kill after kill after kill, and generally multi-kills at that, so really nice play out of him. Tainted are looking really strong, so they're definitely a team to watch. And
Genome, Tainted, as Gaima just said, the team to watch here today.
Could be. I think they'll still run up into some top opposition in Aftermind, HKS, even Skyfire. But yeah, it'll be interesting if we get the results from one of those matches. It was very interesting to see Apathetic on the Widow. I love that. I think he's actually one of the few characters who's sort of stuck with Widow. Right, even after the nerfs, he's always played a bit on attack, and you know, he opened up that first point on Dorado, so still good to see Widow being effective in some situations. They obviously got really stuck at that last point on their attack, and I think they really needed to swap something else up. They were trying to move around the DPSs. They tried out a Reaper and a Tracer once Apathetic got off the Widow. But I think maybe they needed to try like a Winston or something, like something with a lot more disruption where they could push Tainted off that top bridge where they were just winning every single fight against Abyss. And the other thing I wanted to make a note of was Channy on the Zenyatta for Tainted. Just great DPS. You know, it's not what Zen is there for first and foremost, but he was really putting out a lot of damage, and you know, if you're really sharp on those orbs, you get some headshots and you can make a big difference in fights. And we saw the same on Hanamura in that last game we casted as well. Channy coming up in the kill feed a lot more than most Zenyatas you'll see.
And Genome, they're 2-0 right now. So the only other teams that they could be versing, they'll be versing another team that we probably 2-0. It would be Harambe Kebab Shop, Team Renaissance, or Team Skyfire. So if they verse one of those teams and they get another win, they'll be looking very good today, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be so reticent going up against HKS. I really can't see that going Reticent's way. So I think HKS will end up 2-0 as well. Trident, I guess they got the bye first round, so they could potentially be on 2-0. Boonsted obviously lost the first round, and Mastermind's got a tie. Yeah, so it's probably just going to be Tainted Minds, Trident, and HKS by my reckoning.
Yeah, as we just had Skyfire just picked up a loss there as Aftermind picked up the win. So we're going to take a short break here. We'll be back, and we'll be back with Xenox and Gaima in the casting booth here coming up next. But we'll be back very shortly with the Spring Series qualifiers here, presented by Gamestah and E-League on Gamestah TV1. We'll see you shortly.